everybody. It's been like 3 weeks since I cooked or baked anything for YouTube and Facebook. But today I am going to be making carrot bars with a cream cheese frosting. So it is Gina's baking time. I did get this recipe off the internet. And so it is from Give Me Some Oven. And it's carrot cake bars. I have already greased a 9x9 pan. And it just says to spray it with cooking spray. I have measured out most of my ingredients. So this calls for 3/4 cup of avocado oil. I am using vegetable oil. A 1/2 cup of granulated sugar. A 1/2 cup of packed brown sugar. 3 eggs. A teaspoon of vanilla extract. So that is what I'm going to start with first. So I have the butter, the brown sugar that's packed. I have the sugar, white sugar. I have the oil. And we're going to put that in there and let that mix up really good. And then I'll add my eggs one at a time. There's one. I hope everybody had a really good 4th. I did. It was nice and quiet. And as a lot of you know, this is my birthday week. And I don't have anything planned for my actual birthday. I have been busy sewing, as a lot of people know, and it's just been one of those times. I've sent out packages and a little vanilla. And so I have just been busy. And then taking care of Harvey is another thing. Now let's do the dry ingredients. So in here I have the flour, and it calls for a teaspoon of baking soda. And this is 1 2/3 cup of all-purpose flour. A teaspoon of baking soda, making sure I got it right. And 1 1/2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon. I decided to do this right online with you, so it might be a little over 10 minutes. 1, and we'll put it to 1/2. And technically you should level them out, but my little pampered chef measuring spoon is what I use. And a teaspoon of salt. And I'm thinking that a teaspoon of salt is a lot, but that's what it's called for. So I'll just mix the salt into the flour. 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. And this I will measure. I am leveling it off. 1/4 teaspoon of ground nutmeg. So this little measuring spoon is really pretty good because it has a teaspoon, a 1/2 teaspoon, 1/4 teaspoon, and 3/4 teaspoon. Why anybody would want 3/4, but I guess. There's 1/4 teaspoon of ground nutmeg, and it calls for a pinch of ground cloves. Ooh, yum. But a pinch. So here is what I'm doing. About 1/8 teaspoon, I'd say, of ground cloves. Because I don't want too much. Because if anybody has had a crown put in, or they've drilled in your teeth, yeah, it tastes like, smells like cloves. And then it calls for 8 ounces of finely grated fresh carrots, which I have in the sink here. I haven't quite ground them yet. So let's put in the dry ingredients. And I'm using my shield today because the last time, if you watched, or a couple of other times, I've got flour all over the place. So I do learn. I'm going to put this a little bit faster. Okay. Now, I'm going to pause you guys for a quick second, and then when I come back, I'll put the carrots in. For the carrots, to grate them, I just use my box grater. It doesn't get them as fine as you'd probably want them. So if you have a food processor, you can just put the blade in and just put them in the food processor. So I have a little bit more than 8 ounces here. So I'm just going to put them in my mixer and add them to my flour and sugar, my dry and wet ingredients. And I found that this, if you watch my previous videos, I have this nice little black plastic piece that I use for Vina torches when I make them that really looks nice over my sink, so I don't get anything in my sink, and it does help when I'm trying to make stuff. I'm going to mix it a little bit more. And we'll take the shield off. And I am going to get a little spatula. We'll use Olaf today. Olaf. Thank you, Peggy Dietrich, for my Olaf. It definitely comes in handy. There we go. And I'll wipe off my beater just a little bit. And I'll put all of this in the dishwasher. I do wash my mixer and my beater by hand. I do not put it in the dishwasher. So here you go. There you go. There is the batter for the carrot bars. And I haven't had carrot bars in a while. And I was in the grocery store the other day. And I went, oh my gosh, I almost got one because it had this cute little orange carrot on the top. And I go, you know what? Let me just make a video and share it with you all. And I do have some good news. As of July 19th, I am going to be start working full time, plus taking care of Harvey. So I am going to have a busy time. I will try to make videos once a week again, but unfortunately it is going to have to see. But I thank you so much for watching. I'm going to put this in the oven at 350. Let's see here. It says 350 for 35 to 40 minutes, or until a toothpick comes out clear. And in the meantime, I'm just going to hang out. Once it's done and once it's frosted, the frosting is easy. It's just 1 package of low-fat cream cheese. I'll probably use full-fat Philadelphia cream cheese. 1 8-ounce package. 2 tablespoons of butter softened. 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. 3 cups of sifted powdered sugar. But with the powdered sugar, it's going to depend on how thick you want it or how thin you want it. But once it is done, I will put a picture on Facebook for you all. I thank you all so much for watching. I've missed you, and have a great day. Thank you.